Ahoy Rum Explorers, I'm Nia, and today I'm reviewing two new releases of Siesta Key, the Port Cask finish, which I'm super excited to share with you, and the newest version of the Siesta Key 100 proof. Now, I know we've talked about this one multiple times, but this one has changed quite a bit, starting with the 100 proof. Also, they tapered down the sweetness to this. So if you have not tried this before, this is really, really good. Even the basic one is amazing. Probably one of our favorite rums, but it is on the sweeter side. So if you're one of those sticklers for the sugar content, this one's going to be a better deal for you. So just a little history about the distillery. It is Drum Circle Distilling. They were established in 2007 in Sarasota, Florida. So yes, they are part of the My Rum Diaries origin story. That's why they always will have a very special place in my heart. I think it was actually the first distillery that I went to. So they are primarily a pot stilled they primarily make their spirits in a pot still, and they really focus on rums only and rum infusions. The master distiller, or as he calls himself, the master infuser, is Troy Roberts. And they mainly use ex-bourbon barrels, but you will see they do have some limited releases on the beer barrels. So they actually partner with local breweries and they finish the rum in these beer barrel limited edition rums, which are delicious too, by the way. Okay. And as I mentioned, they are kind of part of the origin story of My Rum Diaries. So I have seen the transition from their old labeling, as you can see here. Gosh. As you can see here, old labeling to their new labeling, which is a little bit more modern. This one's super fun. But as you can see, the letters and everything's a little bit more modern. And this one is like chef's kiss if you're a label holder like I am. It even has this copper plated labeling on there, which is super, super cool. Now, as far as this one, this is a coconut rum that doesn't taste like suntan, so they stole my little line. Thanks, Troy. Just kidding. But that's what they literally say on the bottle. They infuse real toasted coconut, into their rum, and they steep it kind of like a tea, basically. And the cool thing and background story about this, when you do visit the distillery, they are in Sarasota, and here's a picture of what the distillery looks like. They have their pot still and a column still there too. So it basically, as you can tell from the picture, it kind of looks like a double retort, and that's what it is. But the cool thing is once they're done with the toasted coconut, they partner with local farmers to give the toasted coconut to the local cows and just feed them, which I think is funny. And I'm sure those cows are quite happy. But really cool distillery. It's very wide and open. And when I first went the first time, as you can see here on the lower right-hand corner, they have this really cool tree made out of their old bottles that they used to only put up for Christmas, but lately they've been putting it up all the time. Now, as far as their lineup, so they start with the silver rum, which is used as a base for this one. It says that it is made from molasses and it is not aged. Again, it is distilled in a pot still. And just for perspective, their sugar content is not that bad. And I actually just ended up finding out that they have this on their website. For the regular toasted coconut rum, they say that it's only 3.53 grams of sugars in their bottle, which is not bad at all. It definitely tastes a little bit sweeter, but I know they add honey, so maybe that's the difference. Maybe in honey, the sugar content is a little bit lower, but it's only 3.53. On this one, it really honestly doesn't feel like they put anything at all. So, and they don't have any information on the website, so I cannot dive into that one a little bit too much because it's not on the website as far as information. They also have a coffee rum, which is delicious. They use Arabica beans for that one. That was probably one of my top coffee rums as well. And if you're a stickler for sugar, you're not going to like that one because that one actually has the highest sugar content. If I remember correctly, it was 7 grams for the bottle. So still not too bad. As you can see, some like South American and Central American rums, they have in the double digits as far as grams of sugar. So still not too bad. They also use Colombian beans for that one, which is delicious. And then their latest release, which I'm super excited, is this Siesta Key 100 proof. Now, I do have batch number 1, as you can see, because it's the first batch. But the interesting part is originally they were only going to make this a distillery exclusive, but I think they realized that people wanted something with a higher proof and lower sugar and that tasted delicious. So once they realized there was such a high demand for it, they put it across major liquor stores. So we have been able to find this in their local liquor stores as well. So we're going to go ahead and pop this open. It is a plastic cork. The coloring is a little bit on the lighter side. I don't know if they age. Like I said, there's not a lot of information on the website or on the bottle as far as aging. I think they just steep the toasted coconuts. Like the inside, by the way, he uses the inside of the coconuts and he steeps it in their silver rum. Oh, it also says that the goal is to put more toasted coconut flakes, eliminate the vanilla, and lower the amount of honey that they put on the regular one. As you can see, it's a very light. Even in person, it's even lighter. So this actually, on the camera, looks a little bit darker. But cheers, everyone. If you let me know in the comments down below if you like coconut rum, or if you don't like. Again, this is not a flavored rum at all. This is an infused rum. So cheers. Wow. That's amazing. Now, as far as the proof, I did mention it's 100 proof. This is a 750 milliliter bottle. Oh, my mouth is watering. There's a little bit of heat, but not too much. But again, this is my first sip, so at 100, it's I'm expecting a little warmth on the chesticles. Nothing too crazy, but definitely some heat. It's not very sweet. And like they said, they eliminated the sugar and lowered the amount of honey. Compared to the original one, I definitely don't taste any sweetness at all. So they must have lowered it quite considerable. The nose, it doesn't smell like suntan lotion like they said. It's delicious. I don't know. This is my favorite coconut rum. Oh, price point for this 100 proof is $32.99. They do ship, by the way. I'm going to put their website down below where you can order this if you are interested. Obviously, they're not going to ship to dry states, but they go through Universal Fine Wine and Spirits, which is interesting. And they say they have 12 in stock. So let me know if you'll buy it. $32.99. Can't beat that. Now, as I mentioned, they have a full lineup, and here is what their bottles look like. Very tropical, very cool looking. Like I said, this company or this, so the company is Drum Circle Distilling, but basically the rum section of their stuff is called Siesta Key because it is based out of Siesta Key, Florida. It's beautiful. If you have not been, it's a smaller little town, but super fun. A little bit south of Tampa, like an hour south. Okay, so as I mentioned before, old labeling, just so you can compare. In some of these, you do still have like the seaplane, which I love. But in the new ones, you don't really do. Also, there used to be a guy named, I believe was Phil, and he used to hand number all the bottles, which was super cool. So yeah, this is a relic. They don't chill filter at all. So you are going to see quite a bit of sediment in their bottles sometimes, especially these, the ones like this is a spiced rum. So they do add stuff to it. And there's quite a lot of deliciousness. You can see murkiness on the bottom. Now, for this super special exclusive distillers release, the Siesta Key Port Cask Finish 1844 bottle. Look at this beaut. I would love, 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 love to have this displayed on my bar once we finish with that sitch, because it's going to be a long time coming. But why do they call it 1844? So 1844 is a midnight pass. It is a waterway that connects the Gulf into Little Sarasota Bay. Its earliest mention of nautical charts was in the 1840s. In 1983, the pass was filled in by human intervention, causing harm to the health of the bay. Hurricanes in 2024 naturally reopened this pass. The name 1844 is in celebration of the pass reopening. And literally they said, rum looking a little bit cloudy, see back information. So again, I don't know if you can see, but there's a lot of free floating stuff in there. You can see here on the bottom, which I personally don't mind because let's be honest, sometimes chill filtering or carbon filtering stuff, it removes a lot of the flavors and the fun stuff. But as far as the cloudy, it says Siesta Key Port Cask Finish is a high flock rum. Ooh, that's a new terminology. This means that we intentionally went easy on the filtration. Also, they do partially filter this. One side effect is that flocculation can form. Flocculation is when the flavorful esters and fatty acids stick together, causing small particles to form. This can give the rum a hazy appearance or look like floating substances are in it. This is normal, and it's a choice we made to keep the delicious flavor profile. Just give your bottle a shake and it will dissolve. Okay. Now, let me shake it because we want it to be as flavorful as possible. Let me pull up the MSRP for this puppy. This is a little bit on the higher side, but wait. Just wait till I read what is in this delicious blend, because it is a blend. It's not a simple release. So this one is aged in ruby port wine barrels for the past 5 years. 90% of the rum is 10 to 13 years. Bottled at 92 proof. The sippy rum has no additives, no sweeteners, no colorings, no flavorings. So everything that is flavorful in here is just natural causation of this ruby port cask, which is very exciting. Now let's talk about the breakdown, because like I mentioned, this is a very cool blend. So it's 36% Nicaraguan rum. So it's 5 to 8 years in ex-bourbon barrels, and then 5 years aged in the port barrel. Then 27% is Panamanian rum, and that was aged 6 years in bourbon barrels and 5 years in the ruby port barrel. 27% is Dominican rum, aged 5 years in the bourbon barrel and 5 years in the port barrel. And the last 10% is the Siesta key rum, which I'm assuming they use their silver. And that one was aged 5 years in the ruby port barrel. Now, what they're saying is this should have a subtle sweetness. As we all know, ruby port does impart a little bit of sweetness in there naturally. And excited to pop this. So let's wait for that sound. Ooh, again, plastic cork. I'm literally just opening this bottle. So there's a little bit of stickiness here. Now this color is deep on this. Obviously the aging is, minimum 10 years, right? So 10 to 13. As you can see, there's a deep amber reddish color to the rum. Those legs are dripping down really, really slow. Let me give this a little swirl so it can air out. Gosh, I'm missing my treasure chest so bad because I have a feeling this is going to be treasure chest approved and I don't have my chest yet. Oh, I'm so bummed. But let's keep this in mind, okay? So as you can see, gorgeous coloring. On the note, it smells very elevated. It does smell like a port cask finish. A little bit of, sweetness in there, like stone fruit, like berries. Obviously, the alcohol is still dissipating. A little bit of caramel in there. A little bit of sweetness. I'm smelling a little bit of leather too. Interesting. Leather or cigar smoke. But man, it smells phenomenal. So I did cheat a little and I did go visit them. And when I went into their infinity room, which if you haven't been, it is super, super cool. And basically they call it an infinity room because they put multiple barrels in there. And this is what it kind of looks like. So there's actually a bar in front of this room, and you sit in there and you see all the barrels all the way to the back. They have some really cool cocktails with their rums. Obviously, my favorite is their homage to the to the butter beer. Oh my god. And they use their toasted coconut for the butter beer. And let me show you a picture of my cocktail because it was so good. Sarasota. And bam, this is what it looks like, the butter beer. It has literally that cream on top. That's how they make butter beer. But you can see from my picture, you can partially see the infinity room. They also have a ton of other cocktails in there, which are really good. And here I'll show you a picture of me picking up this bottle. Everybody was so nice. One of the guys that was there was like, "Oh, you're Nia from My Rum Diaries, right?" I was like, "Yeah, yeah. How you doing?" He's like, "Oh, you want me to take your photo?" Because I was going to take a selfie. And he immediately was so nice. The staff there is incredible. If you are in the area of Sarasota, definitely swing by. And here you can see this little rope that's closed in front of the pot stills. But when you go on tour, they'll definitely open that up and you can go see stuff even closer, which is really cool. But this is how they've been from day one. Very open, very transparent with everything that's going on in the store. Super cool. And tours are free. So definitely go support them. They also have like a little tiki, like in front of this infinity room, there is a little tiki bar feeling section, which is really cool. They have a lot of decorations in there, an homage to the oldest tiki bar in Florida, which is Bahia Hut. So a lot of cool little gems, hidden stuff, which is really cool. So let's take this in. Cheers, everyone. Let me know. Oh, price point. Let me not forget that. Hold on. Let me pull it up here. Oh, shoot. I just remember that this is a distiller's exclusive. So if I remember correctly, I paid $139 for this. No, I'm wrong. Hold on. Okay, I got the receipt. So it's actually $70 plus tax for this bottle, which is not bad, right? For the blend and for what it is. Tastes phenomenal. Very impressed. So I hope you enjoyed this review. Let me know in the comments down below if you'd buy any of these two bottles. Let me know if you've tried Siesta Key or I exposed you to some very cool Floridian rum. Again, I love sharing rum. So if you are interested in getting a sample of this, DM me, email me, reach out to me. I'd love to send you a sample. Then don't forget to subscribe because you won't miss out on the giveaways. I just gave away a bottle of the Reef Rum, and we should have the winner of the Just Rum Pinot Noir cask finished giveaway as well. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to the next rum. Cheers.